Here in front of me today is a very special package from Wakooshi Ants containing some of the best and the most highly rated ant products on the market. After a few back and forth messages, they kindly offered to include some of their new Gen 4 products in my next order to open and review on camera, and after a couple of weeks, the package finally arrived. In today's video, I will be unboxing these products, as well as moving a very special species of ant into these Gen 4 products that they provided me and giving my honest thoughts and review. I hope that you all enjoy this week's video and find it to be very useful and entertaining. If you do, and if you think I deserve it, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I am almost at 5,000 subscribers, and when I reach that milestone, I will make a full ant room tour video featuring every single ant species that I own. This includes some species that I have never before featured on the channel, and with that said, and without any further ado, let's get into this package. Here in front of me is what Wakooshi calls the lunar pod. These serve as a mini outworld for small colonies, and they have a very similar purpose to the test tube portal from Ants Canada. It is hard to compare the two because they both have their upsides and their downsides. But personally, because of the price of these, you can order them in bulk, unlike the test tube portal from Ants Canada, and after using them for a couple of weeks with some of my colonies, I have definitely become a fan. The lunar pod has a very simplistic and sleek design, with there being two different sizes, both shown here in the unboxing. One upside with this product is that there is very easy access into the outworld, and they can also be cleaned out very easily once they are done being used. The larger size lunar pod has two different chambers, each having a separate lid with a small hole connecting them. There are also two attachments used for tubing or a test tube instead of the singular port in the smaller size lunar pod. The next thing that I got in my order were 3 outworlds, which all came disassembled but with instructions. The outworlds are not that difficult to assemble, however, they do take quite a bit of time, and assembling 3 of them at once is quite a chore. In my order, I purchased a small size outworld with white accents, but in this clip, I am assembling one of the 2 new Gen 4 outworlds that they kindly provided me, and these outworlds have a different design as well as black accents instead of white. The first step to assembling these outworlds after opening the package and separating everything out is to remove the plastic covering each piece of acrylic, and this can take quite a while. Now that the outworld is ready to be assembled, the first step is to install the base of the outworld with screws that are included in the package, as well as an Allen wrench. But unfortunately, since this was the first time that I've assembled one of these outworlds, I decided to attach the walls first, and this ended up being a big mistake, which I'll show you in a minute. Each section of the outworld is connected with screws which attach to these small 3D printed black corner pieces, which are well designed and give the outworld a very sleek design as well as being very practical and sturdy. The next step was to attach each wall segment to these black corner pieces, which took quite a while because you have to apply a lot of pressure onto the screws so that they catch the 3D printed material and allow you to screw them in all the way. The next step, after attaching all of the walls to the base, is to attach another corner piece to the top of each wall segment so that the walls connect to each other, as well as the top piece, which we will connect later. At this point, after I had attached the 4 corner pieces, I still didn't realize that I assembled the outworld in the wrong order, and I decided to attach the top lip of the outworld next, which I then ended up removing right afterwards once I realized the mistake I had made. The next thing I did was finally attach the 2 pieces of the base, which I should have done in the beginning, and that would have made this process a whole lot easier on myself. The first of the 2 pieces that I attached wasn't that bad, but the other 2 holes for the second piece were right next to the acrylic, and it took me forever to screw in the last 2 screws with my Allen wrench. With that part finally done, and the top piece reattached, it was time for the final step, which was to attach the 2 pieces of the lid together. Here are the other 2 outworlds that were included in the package. Both of these outworlds are a size small, but you can see that they have somewhat different designs. The difference between the 2 designs is that the black one from the left is elevated and has an entrance from underneath the outworld, giving it more of a naturalistic look, while the white one has an entrance port from the side and is flush with the ground. Both of these outworlds are a great choice, and it really comes down to personal preference when it comes to design of the entrance, but otherwise both of the outworlds are the same. The next thing that was kindly included with my order is the new 4th generation size small nest. This nest has a sleek design with a 3D printed black exterior and also a gypsum brick inside of the nest that soaks up water through the watering port. This nest also features an entrance which can be connected through standard size tubing. Now that the outworld for this video is finally put together, it is time to start preparing for the introduction of the surprise mystery ant species from last week's video. This outworld is slightly larger than the other 2 outworlds I just showcased, being a size medium. And the nest that I'm using in today's video is also larger than the smaller nest from earlier and is a perfect size for today's new colony. These new 4th generation products feature an alternative way to tubing to connect the nest and outworld together by using a 3D printed connection piece where the tubing would normally go, along with 2 plastic pieces on the sides. These slide into both the nest and the outworld and are screwed into place. Now that the outworld and the nest are attached together, the next thing that I'm going to do is apply an escape barrier around the upper lip of the outworld so that the colony doesn't get any funny ideas and escape. I am also going to water the nest to further entice the ants to move into it. Here in front of me are the final 2 test tubes from last week's unboxing video. Both of these test tubes are part of the same colony, and I am super excited to tell you about this species because they are super special. The test tubes that this colony were housed in could not physically fit inside of the outworld, and if they did, I would have placed the test tubes inside and let them move in that way. If this colony were smaller, moving them in this way would be a super bad idea, but this colony is well established and they have hundreds of workers, so although this isn't optimal, I can get away with moving them in this way. Right after I introduced both test tubes into the outworld, the ants immediately discovered the new nest, and it was only a matter of time before the colony started to move in. It only took a few minutes for the move to initiate, but until the colony moved into the nest, they settled in the corners of the outworld and then they huddled around the queens. This species in today's video is called Tetramorium bicarinatum, and I will tell you why this species is so special. Tetramorium bicarinatum are not only known for looking cool because of their unique orange and black coloring. They are large for a Tetramorium species. They are very aggressive. They sting, they grow extremely quickly. Also, they are polygynous, which means they can have multiple queens, but what makes this species super special is that they can inbreed. This ability is super rare within the ant world, and this means that this species has the capability of producing males and queens just like other species of ants, but the difference here is that the males and queens can mate with each other within the nest. Therefore, they can theoretically have infinite queens, and the colony can last forever. This colony currently has around 4 to 5 queens, as well as 1 queen ant that I noticed who still has her wings. The ability for ants to inbreed is rare within the ant world, and it has allowed this species to become extremely successful and widespread throughout the world through human introduction. While this colony was exploring their new nest and preparing to move, I decided to cover them for a few hours in the darkness and check up on them again the next morning. I checked up on the colony again the next day, and they had completely moved into their new setup. I heated the nest with a heating cable to further entice the colony to move, and now the entire colony is nesting beneath where the heat was. I then decided to feed this colony a cockroach, as well as some beetle jelly as a housewarming gift, and very quickly the colony showed some interest. This species is known to grow super quickly, and I would not be surprised if this colony outgrew their setup again in a few months. I will definitely make another video on this colony soon, since they don't hibernate, so stay tuned for that. Once I have had these products from Wakooshi for longer, I will be able to make a full review on them, but as of right now, I am really enjoying their products. I would definitely recommend them, and thank you to Wakooshi for sending me these 4th generation products to test out for myself. With that said, I really hope that you all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, it would really mean a lot to me if you liked the video and subscribed. As of the time of this recording, I am just over 100 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers, and it has been my goal now for months to reach 5,000 subscribers by New Year's. When I reach 5,000 subscribers, I will make a full ant room tour video that features every single species that I own, and this includes some species that I have never before featured on the channel. I really appreciate all of the support that you guys have given me on my recent videos, and I really hope that you all have an amazing rest of your day. And until next time, peace.